Ramayana is a great epic. It tells us a story of Ram, and that was written by Vatmi. What do you think of Ramayana? Is Rama a story such a great story that you should recite every day? What has it to do with the modern life? It happened thousands and thousands of years ago. A man called Vatmiki wrote that. Okay, we can accept it as a beautiful literary piece. It's a real poem, a wonderful poem. Its flawless imageries and chiseled style will always be respected. It is such a book, such a literary book. But what has it to do with your spirituality? What has it to do with your daily life? Well, it has everything you need to learn about life and your spiritual sadhana. It is a true way to God. I will definitely proclaim that Ramayana is the greatest book that humanity could ever bring forth. It's such a great book. Unfortunately, we saw it as an epic, an old book of our forefathers, full of imageries, full of superstitions, of course, full of devotion and all that. But it is not so fully. It is an absolutely wonderful book the human brain can ever contemplate upon. Such a great book it is. You look at that book from another angle. Usually we say Ramayana is the journey of Rama, the Ayana of Rama. Then it's a story. There was a great king called Rama, and his wife was Sita, and Sita was kidnapped by a demon called Ravana. He was a detector of the whole world at that time. Rama went and fought with Ravana, killed him, all his army, and took back Sita. Well, the great epic Iliad of the Greek have almost the same theme. There is no kidnapping, but elopement. The wife of a king ran with a young prince of another country, and the fight happened, and they brought back Helen. Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world. But Ramayana is not such a literary work only. It is a great spiritual work. Because, see, realization of God is the most important thing in the world. Because by realizing God, we human beings enter into the next dimension of life. We human beings are all in the length, breadth, height, time continent. We can't even think of something which is not created, which is not preserved, and which is not destroyed. Our brain is limited. Our imagination is limited. We can't imagine a color which is totally different from the 7 colors we know. Think of anything. Think of an idea, think of a human being, think of an animal, think of anything. From the micro to the macro, there will be one common thing in all these things. That is, they will have been created at a particular time. They are preserved for a certain time, and they will end in the end. Let's take sun, which is the greatest wonder that we can see with our eyes. There are stars bigger than sun, but we can't appreciate its size. We can see the sun. Every morning the sun rises up. We know that it is not rising, our earth is rotating. But that's the greatest wonder that we have ever seen. Without sun, life cannot exist on earth. That's why the great Munis said, Surya Bhagavan, he emerged in the world. Bhagavan means one who has emerged, one who is the most powerful. That's called a Bhagavan. And we address such people as Bhagavan. And Suryan is a Devan and he is a Bhagavan. Why? Because without sun, no life can exist in this world. That's why we do Surya Namaskar. We have gratitude towards everything. We have gratitude towards the God who created it. We have gratitude towards the rivers which make our civilization, trees, plants, animals, cows, everything. We have great gratitude. That's why we bow at the tree, we bow to the cow and all this. People who have no gratitude in them can't understand this feeling. We say Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam because they are the real gods we have seen. We accept, we respect. And there is something unique about Indian civilization, we should say. Well, there was a man called Ratnakaran. What does that mean? What does that name tell you? Ratnakaran means a person who holds a gem in his hand. But he didn't give names to his characters at random. There's a lot of thinking behind every individual in that great drama. Whether it is Rama, Lakshmana, Shatrughan, Bharadan, Ravanan, Vibhishanan, Kumbhakarnan, Shurpanakha, Bali, Sugrivan, even the great Damans, Hanuman. It's very interesting that Valmiki had such a secret behind this. In Malayalam Ramayanam, written by Rithajan, it starts like this. That is, Parvati, the mother of the universe, asked a question to Paramashiva or Kailas Nath. It was a simple question. She told him that I want to understand the Rama Tattva, the principle of Rama. Rama means Rama, that power which gives us light. That power which obliterates blindness from us, darkness from us. Rama. Asadoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. That's Rama. Well, and why did Valmiki call him Rama? Because it is that character which ultimately gives us the greatest knowledge. The character which rises us from this length, breadth, height, time continuum and make us the real Devas. Well, that's a very important aspect. Rama, take the darkness away from my eyes. God, please remove the darkness from the eyes. That's what Rama means. Valmiki, Ratnagada, the person has with him a great jump, finally became Valmiki, the man who has come out from darkness, the man who has come out of the Valmiki. How did he become such a great saint? What's the story of Ratnakaran, who was a thief, who was a bandit, who was a sadist, the person who destroyed so many families, so many lives, and such a person, a very negative person, finally becomes Valmiki, the greatest saint that generation has ever seen. What was the secret? That is the Tattva of Rama. That's what Parvati asked Shiva. Please tell me the principle of Rama. Then Shiva says, my dear, nobody has asked me this question. Many people read Ramayana, but they never probe deep into the real Rama Tattva, the principle of Rama. You are the first one to ask me. And I'm so glad to tell you that what Shiva says. And he tells us the story of Ramayana. Valmiki was such a great writer that he wanted to write his autobiography, especially the steps that he walked through, the hurdles that he faced, and his methodology of overcoming all these hurdles in his spiritual path. For that, he used the life of Sri Rama, who was the avatar of Mahavishnu, who came at Treta Yuga. That is Ramayana. That's the secret. So, let us go into Ramayana's secret, the Rama Tattva. From today, I will be taking you through Ramayana, concentrating on the symbols and the meaning, so that you will also be able to lead a spiritual life. We will continue tomorrow at this time. This is from EKALAVYA channel. I request you to subscribe the channel, share the episodes, so that we people, the bhaktas of Rama, can attain moksha. Thank you. Thank you very much. Om Rama. Hey Rama.